I came to meet Cesar Millan a few years ago when I had seen some articles in the newspaper about him, and I really wanted to go and meet him. And so there came an opportunity with a dog that was really behaving very badly, one of the clients that I have. And so I thought, what a great opportunity to go and see Cesar Millan. So I called the Dog Psychology Center and made an appointment and drove down there, and here we were meeting for the first time, and he gave me a lot of great advice about this dog, and it was quite miraculous. I followed Cesar Millan from that moment forward very closely in his show. Everything that he was publishing, I was basically reading because I was quite impressed with who he is and what he has to share. And I always thought, God, what would it take for me to have another meeting with Cesar Millan and get to hang out with him for a day? And so one day we had auditions here in Santa Barbara, and I went there and she said, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a dog walker. And she said, oh, we've been wanting to do something with professionals and dogs that they're having trouble with. Do you have any troubled dogs? And I said, yes, I do. So that's how it all got started. And well, my biggest issue with Jake and Riley has been that I haven't been able to stop them from jumping on me. And their jumping on me is literally to lick me in the face and to have physical contact with my face. Now, that can get very uncomfortable, plus when the paws come up, they scratch, and so I have a lot of t-shirts with holes in them from Jake and Riley. So when Cesar and I went to their home, we basically approached the home, and he immediately said to me, look, the main thing is that you walk in here with the energy of like, I own this place, I own every rock here, I own every flower, I own every blade of grass, this is my place. And immediately they would come over and start jumping on me, but pretty much they were sort of cautious with Cesar, which was very interesting because with other people they usually jump on anybody. Cesar was working with the energy, and also he works with physical touch and with body language. Cesar does not work much with words at all. The only thing he uses is a sound. What I really got out of the session with Cesar Millan is that I, first of all, needed to be aware of every bit of energy that I was having available in my body and in my being when I'm around the dogs. I needed to be more persistent with what I was doing. I essentially had gone the right route with these dogs, but I've never been persistent enough to change them. And even for Cesar, this was a very hard case. He said to me that he would rather work on 20 dog-aggressive pit bulls than another golden retriever that's anxious. So for Cesar, this was definitely a challenge as well. And so that also made me aware that we were dealing with a behavior that had for some reason escalated to a point where it really needed a lot of time in the initial meeting to actually stop that from occurring. After Cesar left, I started working with all of these dogs on a regular basis, basically 3 times and 4 times a week. And so I started using his method of touch, and also the energy that he showed me, I was starting to really utilize every day. I really had the awareness that what I needed to do differently was that I had to show up as the person who was actually going to make a difference here. I couldn't stop, I couldn't give in, I couldn't doubt myself in any way. And that's really the gift that I got from the session, is that I can do it. So when I started working with these dogs, there was no doubt in my mind that I can change their behavior and that I can change the reality that they had created with their families, where basically in Jake and Riley's case, they were locked out of their lives for the most part because it was too difficult to be around them. So all these dogs are actually having the opportunity now to be different and be more part of their families. And I realized what a gift that is to their families and to them if I can really follow through and change it for the better.